with major brands like Mahindra and Swaraj. Our leader, Mr. Anand Indra, says that it is not important that how big we become, but it is important that how we become big. So with that thought process, we always want to participate in growth and prosperity of our country, particularly rural India. As I am focusing more on farm mechanization, we need to see a little bit what is happening around the spectrum of farm mechanization. If we see the world scenario, the global scenario, and Chuksa was referring to this kind of data, that major industries in farm machinery at the global level, maybe 60 to 70% is farm machinery and 20-30% is tractor. But when we say the Indian industry, the scenario is entirely different. In India, even now, almost 80% of industry is through tractors and hardly 20% is from farm mechanization. What this says that there is a lot of scope on farm mechanization, and that is where we all need to play an important role. And there is a role in end-to-end skilling. So when we talk about farm mechanization, right from land preparation to sowing, to harvesting, post-harvesting, handling, everywhere there is a scope of farm mechanization, and there is a lot of growth opportunity, and that is where the need of skilled manpower also comes in place. Government has been taking a lot of initiative. All my earlier speakers spoke about Prime Minister's thought process of doubling farmers' income. And many things are happening through government side. Now we have to see that how do we play a role in making these things further happen. And why there is a need of skill development in agri-machinery. Because as we know that people are moving towards technology, people are shifting to urban area, and there is a great requirement of manpower in the rural India. People who understand the newest technology and who can use it the way it is needed. Now tractors are not just traditional tractors. Technology is evolving day in and day out. Now we are going to Trend 4 and Trend 5, like BS4, BS5, BS6. And the need for the skilled manpower is going to be much more, because the traditional mechanics who are sitting at rural places will not be able to solve the problems unless they are upskilled and trained for the newest technologies. As I spoke, the newest technologies are not the primarily mechanical machines which they used to be. They will be using CRD technology, lot of AI, and lot many things for which skilled manpower is going to be the need of the hour. If we take the example of Uttar Pradesh, as it is one of the biggest market and biggest state of India, there are close to 17 lakhs tractors running in UP, and the skilled manpower is hardly around 12,000. And much more for if you see for the implements like harvesters, rice transplanters, and other newest technology things, the gap is even much more. And that is where we all need to participate and contribute in increasing the mechanization, and for that increasing the skillness at the all India level. If I talk about just tractor industry and farm mechanization, just to share a figure, close to 10,000 dealer outlets are there at India level from different companies. And I had my tenure in sales and marketing, and every time when we were speaking to our dealers that we need more manpower, the problem or the answer from the dealer side is saying that we don't get a skilled manpower. So at the one side there is a need of job by many people who are not skilled, and at the other side there is a need of people who are skilled and they can be employed. So we have to play a role in between. So what M&M as a group is trying to do, we are working with the state governments, and Mr. Arya was sharing the MP model, where at 5-6 locations we are running centers from last more than 3 years. And we are trying to bridge the gap between the need of the skilled manpower and the resources available, mainly in the field of tractors and farm machinery. So these skills development centers are using the infrastructure of government machinery. Labs or workshops are created by us. Highly skilled manpower are given by us, and we have our own MEC at Nagpur also. So using this, we are trying to train the farmer or rural people so that they can be skilled as per the newest requirement. These things are mainly covering the entire retailing of tractor. Then the key farm machinery equipments like harvesters, rice transplanters. We are also trying to add drones and other newest technology in days to come, so that things can be as per the need of the hour. What are the benefits expected? Once there is an ecosystem of skilled manpower, the entire system is bound to grow. Because once we have skilled manpower, people will get job, and the farm mechanism will also improve, which will improve the productivity at the customer level, which will finally help us in doubling the farmer income, and which will attract the farmers to stay at the villages. The problem which we were discussing, that people from rural are also trying to shift to cities, and that is creating unnecessary kind of load in the system. So all that can be solved if we can provide them job at their local place. Why Mahindra? Because Mahindra, as I said, has got 75 years of experience in this field. We have entire range of tractors and farm mechanization. We understand the rural India very well. As they say, Mahindra is the rural heartbeat of the rural India. So we have the global technologies, we have the experience, we have the appetite, and we have the intent to help the rural India and the community as a whole. Once these people are trained, of course they can join the local tractor dealership, they can get jobs at government departments, they can become entrepreneurs as well, they can join corporates, plants and other places. So a lot of job opportunities open. And what we are doing in MP, whenever the trainings are closing, we are trying to put a campus interviews so that from there itself people can be picked up and some of them can get jobs as per their eligibility and understanding. These are some of the real-time picks what we are doing in MP. And as I said, it is covering entire spectrum from tractor to implements. We are also covering behavioral training so that these people are not just understanding the technology, but they are becoming more presentable also. Because rural people, sometimes they need help in these aspects also. So those things are also being done so that it is a comprehensive 360-degree kind of training. The rules are very well defined, that what do we expect from state government and what we as a OEM offer to different centers. And of course the level 4 ACI certification is done after independent assessment to ACI team, which gives a lot of authenticity to these centers and the people who are getting trained there. So what is the way forward? As I said, we are working in MP. We have also started with West Bengal. We have signed the MOU and the center will be operational probably in a couple of months. We are also in touch with different state governments like UP, CG, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, etc. But these are very small ticket items. What we aspire is to have at least 100 SDCs running across India through MNN participation, which in turn should train maybe 30,000 odd audience per year. So that can be something like critical and important for the growth of industry as a whole. And also, we plan to take short-term refresher courses. So right now we are running full-time 35 days, 45 days courses. But as the new technologies keep coming, maybe we need to plan 2 days, 5 days, small capsule courses, so that they can be updated on the specific topics. And we expect support from ASCI, that how can we take it forward in a faster speed, because state to state, it is depending on how the state governments are thinking or how the concerned officers are thinking. But if there can be a comprehensive guideline or a roadmap can be laid, MNM is willing to participate and contribute and open more than 100 centers, which can be really something significant. Thanks a lot for listening.